Hello everybody, my name is Andrew Capaverde and I attend the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. A little background, this is actually a neighborhood where I grew up on, Kilbourne Park. It's a little neighborhood inside the greater urban park community. I live about a minute down that way, so this is very familiar with me, where this is actually the bus station that actually picks me up. You can look right there, that's the Addison 152. Some people use numbers, but I like to use street names because luckily for Chicago, it is in a grid system that is highlighted through big streets and has many transit systems around the city, from the north side, northwest, west side, southwest, south side. What we need to talk about is the far south side though. The CTA, fortunately, was able to provide this sense of freedom to myself and other Chicago residents. While most of us are unfortunate enough to have cars, the CTA delivers this transit opportunities that we can extend ourselves from wherever parts of the city that you live in. For myself, I'm in the northwest side. I'm able to hop on this Addison bus and go down a mile down eastbound, and then hop on the Addison Blue Line. And from the Addison Blue Line, I could get to downtown in about like 25 minutes. During my time when I was at UIC, it would take me to get from the Addison Blue Line to the UIC Halsted station about 30 minutes on the dot every time. Reliable. I was able to focus, get to my places on time, get home. No problems at all. So as a planner, we must focus on some of these transit deserts and ask, what can we do? New proposed red line extension going southbound from the 95th station going south towards 103rd, 111th, 115th, and then down towards 130th down in Altgeld Gardens. So it is a proposed 5.3 mile south extension, which will be worth about $2.3 billion, where 60% of the money will be funded federally and the other 40% through outside investments through stakeholders and other funding investments. The goal of this project is to reduce commute times for residents down in the far south side who don't have a proper train system that will get them towards jobs where are located in the loop areas, the north side, northwest, and then north side suburbs, really, so where you find a lot of jobs located. This project will look to bring economic development into disinvested neighborhoods like down in the far south side. A quick shout out to some of the people who have inspired me through my courses at the U of I. I had this course conducted through Professor Lou Turner, who has been incredible, has taught me so much knowledge about this project itself and community engagement in planning. Other members I would like to shout out are team urban planner collaborators that have worked with me. Quickly, Alexis, Janice, Corey, David, Israel, Abria, and Chelsea. You guys have been great. Thank you for pushing me forward and continuing to educate me as well. As planners, we have three options that we can use, where we can bring jobs to the people, we can bring the people to the jobs, or we can offer a good transit system that people who can rely on to get to jobs, school, or wherever it is that they need to get to in their daily routine. So, quick fact, down at the 95th Red Line station and down in the south side, it has one of the most frequent riderships from members of the south side and the south suburbs. So not only people from the city go to the 95th station, but also down regionally as well. So there's the most train fare collected at this station itself, which obviously says something. Down at the Rosen community, down in the far south side, they have been considered one of the poorest areas in Chicago that has dealt with one of the most job inaccessible community areas. So this transit equity can deliver better opportunities for residents down in the far south side and the Rosen community, where a greater amount of people are still looking for opportunities where they can push themselves and reach for the sky. So Chicago stands as one of the most one of the nation's most segregated cities. With members in the north side, a lot of white people, while in the north and northwest and southwest, there's a lot of Latino people, and then in the west and the south side, there's a lot of black people. So I have noticed this throughout my time living in a city where you can literally drive down from a north to south street. In a matter of a few miles, you'll reach maybe 3 different communities of different races. So I've always noticed that Chicago has been a segregated city itself, but we all have to work together and coincide with one another. But in Chicago history, there has been a racial formation theory that which is the role that government, planning, and policy are the ones that dictate structures in neighborhoods. Transit-oriented development is a mixed residential, commercial, and civic use linked to transit systems, especially stations, where people have a walking distance within transit stations, and are typically pedestrian-friendly, high urban density, open space, and a variety of housing prices and types. So they create a return on the transportation investment through things like smart growth, environmental mitigation, new urbanism, and job access, which is vital towards our daily lifestyle here in the city. A community benefits agreement is a community organization activism and engagement that improves community development outcomes from large scales to long-term projects that provide community organization conditions. So a smart growth and not a fast growth is our goal to outreach to people. Even if you don't live in the area or actually experience living down in the far south side, we tend to know somebody that actually it impacts the way that it does to these people as well, through not just Roseland being a transportation desert, but people that live in food deserts, or even just in broader sense, opportunity deserts, where people need these resources for their daily lifestyle so they can succeed. So CTA being one of the biggest agencies in Chicago, they are currently working on the planning of the project today, but it is time to establish more of a priority towards the project itself for our city's residents and for our Southside youth. So the goal of involving young people into the project has been just a vision of mine where we can use social media platforms and videos and just online information where people can learn about this project itself and make it vital for today's youth in like learning and making sure that they get the right information they need, because these are proposals and stations that will impact a lot of these young students' lives. For example, down at Gwendolyn Brooks High School at 111th Street, a lot of students, we were able to have a Zoom session with them where they were able to feed us information about what they know about the project, what they don't. And when I asked a broader sense of Chicago folk residents if they knew about this Red Line South extension, a lot of people said no. But when I asked a lot of these Gwendolyn Brooks students, a lot of them said yes. So this is something that will definitely impact their lives, which is why it's vital for them to actually visualize it and be able to come closer to that, the goal of this project. To learn more about this project itself and my capstone, you can visit our website down in the description, where you can read about just the goals and how the community engagement we are using to broaden the knowledge of this project itself. You can also visit our social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram, which I also have down in the description, that you can see pictures and how we've been moving with this engagement process itself with young students. If you made it this far in the video, I truly appreciate it, and I would hope that you would stick around and see other videos in the series to come, and how this project can affect a turning point in our city's history. Thank you.